Hello Geminis, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for the week of July 13th to the 19th. So once again, I am sincerely sorry for the delay in getting the videos out to you. I was really swamped with a lot of work. It was like 3 consecutive days of all-nighters, so I'm very sorry. And I'm using a different format too, due to time constraints. So we have a very good card. Due to time constraints, so I will pull out 4 cards. They will address your 1st house, 4th house, 7th house, and 10th house, okay? And I'm using the symbolism associated, or the traditional meaning associated with those houses. But I'll give you a very brief explanation when I go through the cards, okay? So to make it less confusing in general. Okay, so already we have 4 cards, okay? 1 fell on the floor. Okay, so we already have 4 cards. That's pretty amazing. Alright, so the first card deals with the 1st house, which is the energy, the aura that you project into the world, as well as how others perceive you, okay? It's a very dynamic energy here. You have the 10 of coins, which traditionally is just, you know, completion. It also deals with like it's a finance card, but it's emotional completion as well. Feeling like on top of the world, feeling like over the moon, and feeling very successful, very radiant, and very happy. So this is a very good card to get first off, and especially in the 1st house. So a lot of financial windfalls are coming your way, and at this point in your life, I do feel that for the past few months, especially like early in January too, a lot of you might have faced kind of financial instability. You're not really sure how to manage things, and you're at a point where you feel, it's kind of like wishful thinking, where you feel that your financial situation will look up and that something magically will fall on your lap and replenish you financially. And it's actually happening for this week, I feel. There's a huge financial windfall. There's a lot of success associated with this card. So in general, you're projecting a very positive, a very capable aura. Whether or not that's true, I do feel that others are very drawn to you. It's kind of like moths to a flame, okay? This is like, it looks like the sun. So it's a very vibrant, a very generous, a very caring energy that you're projecting. So in terms of your home environment, I do have the 3 of Wands in the reverse position. So a lot of you might have recently thought about relocation, or, you know, selling your property and moving elsewhere. At the same time, I do feel that plans are going to be delayed. Mainly because it's in the reverse position. So if you remember the 3 of Wands in the traditional tarot deck, the Rider-Waite deck, it indicates a man, kind of, you're seeing his back, and he's looking out into the world, and it seems like he's taking that next step in his life. In the reverse position, I do feel that for those of you who are thinking about changing homes, who are selling your homes, there's like an offer on the table, and this is something that when, you know, like when you are putting the house up for sale or trying to find a new property, you're feeling really optimistic and you're feeling very hopeful. However, when it actually starts to happen, when things are actually starting to solidify and gel together, there's a sense of anxiety that's creeping up on you, okay? And it's mainly because you want newness, you want new opportunities on the home front, you want a new location, but when things are actually happening, you have to take care of the practical end of it, which is something a lot of Geminis overlook. And it's causing you like worries and anxiety, and you're feeling like, no, I'm not ready to do it yet. I can assure you that you are ready at this phase, but maybe some of these anxieties coming in require, you know, like practical, taking care of loose ends on your part, or things that might be in the family situation, in the physical structure of the home, or saying goodbyes to family, or talking things out with families. A lot of you might have like joint children with an ex-partner, and you can't really implement a drastic move in your life, mainly because you're still tied up with the partner and the children. I do feel that this situation will turn around for you. There's an element of timing associated with this, in which right now is probably not the right time to do it just yet, okay? So in terms of your 7th house, which deals with romantic partners and work partnerships as well, we have the King of Wands. So I'm seeing this over and over again for a lot of Geminis. You are dealing with a fire sign. You could be coupled with a fire sign. You could be like in a relationship with one, in a work partnership type of capacity. And you know, the positive manifestation of the King of Wands is somebody who is very capable, confident, who motivates other people. So this is a very exuberant energy. If you want anybody to lead you, this is the person that you want to lead, the King of Wands, male or female. This is somebody that is very generous. They give credit where credit is due. And they are such a great team player. They know how to motivate the people around them, okay? So that's a positive manifestation. In the reverse position, I do feel there's a little bit of a flake out energy associated with this King of Wands. And if you are dealing with extensively with a fire sign in a work environment or in a romantic environment, what I do feel about this card is it's an energy of somebody who bites off more than they can chew, who's a little bit of a talker, not much of a doer, who's giving you this lip service, this runaround, and they never follow through. So there is an element here. When you combine the cards, it tells you, you know, how the story progressed or what transpired. And I do feel that a lot of you might be contemplating a voyage, like a trip somewhere with a fire sign who you are romantically linked with, or with a work partner. If you're thinking about expanding your business because all these funds are coming in, or like an investor has given you adequate money to expand your business, this fire sign starts to, you know, waver in his or her resolve, and they're like, no, maybe we should do this, and they scrap the original plan that you both have. So there's a flake out, unreliable energy about this person, and it is driving you nuts. So in terms of your 10th house, which deals with career and finances, we have the 5 of Swords in the reverse position. So what this is telling me whenever I see it, it's a card of conflict, and it's a card of not being able to see eye to eye. It's good that it's in the reverse position, but whenever I see this card, I see these two birds kind of like dancing around each other. They're kind of like constantly assessing one another's weaknesses and strengths, and they're just trying to like one up one another. But it's a very passive aggressive type of card. For this deck, I believe it's the seven of Wands that indicates, you know, direct conflict. In this situation, this is like verbal conflict, but at the same time, whenever I see these birds, they're kind of like skirting the issue. There is a conversation here that needs to be had in your work environment with somebody who's flaky as well, with somebody who doesn't really see eye to eye with you, okay? And it's really important to get this out in the open and, you know, hash things out, so that you don't encounter the same situation in the future. But you're kind of like, you and the other party are kind of navigating one another, like navigating, dancing around, beating around the bush, and not getting to the heart of the matter. There's also that element of like, you know, wishful thinking. Oh, this person disappointed me in the past, they're going to do it again, or, you know, at least there's a reason why they did it. They couldn't have meant to. There's a reason. So wishful thinking, there's nothing wrong with it. But I do feel that it does detract you from being able to take care of practical things from your end for this week. So be very careful about that with the work situation. If you're dealing with conflict, if you're like kind of skirting around the issue rather than addressing the issue head on, and you might be dealing with somebody in the relationship sector who is a little bit unreliable, okay? So just, you know, take care of yourself and go over plans multiple times, mull it through, and see what you decide to do. If you are thinking about a drastic change, like selling your home, taking off to the Bahamas, just know there are a lot of practical things that need to be tied up in order for you to have that type of a lifestyle, a drastic lifestyle change, okay? So things can't happen overnight. Planning is going to be a big prerequisite in order for you to undertake like drastic, make drastic life decisions, okay? So keep that in mind, Geminis. I do hope you have a wonderful week, and I apologize for the delay in the video. I mean, 2 days of the week have already passed, so I'm very sorry. Okay, I'll see you next week.